fisherman from Globe Cove and a fisherman from the boat landing is because they usually know who owns what mooring, which is very helpful.
Certainly is.
So, but thank you, that would be great too, that you can help her. We do not need any motions on that, do we, John? Letter from Animal Control Officer.
I had a talk with Rhonda Welcome. She is looking at the number of people that have unlicensed animals in this community. She has a letter going out to people that have not licensed their dog, and I wanted the board to be aware of it. So I put a copy and just kind of keep you abreast. She said she has about 85 letters going out.
Oh, okay, so do you need any,
No, I just want the board to know.
that's great.
Um,
So it says here, it is a civil violation to keep an unlicensed dog, and the person who commits a civil violation may be fined up to an additional $100. Do we have municipal authority to impose a fine? Is she able to do that, municipal prosecution? I mean, I know that's something that Julie and I went to. Does the animal control officer have to attend municipal prosecution? Did she do that?
Is there any training that's required for her to
That's my
issue
question.
Yeah, she has taken a course down to Augusta,
Yeah.
and I'll find out if she's certified for municipal prosecution.
Okay, that would be good, just to make sure, because then otherwise it's a state issue. Depends on whether it's municipal or state, depends on who gets the fine.
Right, okay.
That's great.
Where do these dogs, where are these, if you take a dog, I mean, because it isn't licensed, where does it go?
That's a good question.
Um,
We don't have a facility here.
We
don't.
we have a contract with Ridge Kennels. If she comes in possession of an animal, whereas if she picks one up and there's no tags, there's no markings, we do have a contract with the kennel to take the animal for a limited period of time until she can determine the status of it.
Yeah.
So that is something we are required to have.
Yeah.
Feeling tired of seeing you.
Yeah, I was informed from Public Works Director Ricky Bradley that recently some steel and tires showed up at the Seaview, and they're not to be dumped there. There is a place behind the Seaview that is for brush only, and from
Which would be due east real estate to people who don't know it as the Seaview.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is for people that are clearing brush and are looking for a place to dump it. It is not a town dump. Ricky is making arrangements to have the steel and the tires removed. But I did want the board to know, this stuff is showing up there. And, Ricky says if it continues, he'll have no choice but to put the gate up and just halt the practice of taking brush. I mean, we put it there as a service to the community. And
Oh, is that little road that goes down
down over the hill?
behind
Yes.
it? Oh,
And that is supposed to be for clean brush only.
oh.
No
okay.
other forms of trash.
I wasn't clear what it was. Okay.
All right, so very good. That's it. Comments, committee updates, public comment?
Just one question. Is there any feedback on the request for proposal that was discussed some time ago regarding sidewalk repairs? Where are we with that?
I believe we have $40,000 earmarked in an account from Action Funds for a grant that hasn't been funded yet. I believe
We
that's
have-
what that is.
You were going to reach out to contractors and get bids. How is that proceeding?
I had a talk with a local contractor. We went down and measured the sidewalk. This is for the sidewalk on Water Street. And we were going to look at the amount of footage that we would need and try to convert it into a estimate for concrete. It is ongoing. The winter kind of slowed us down. We do have a grant for sidewalks on Water Street, or on Washington,
That's
on
what I
Washington
thought.
Street, excuse me. That one, the Engineering is scheduled for this summer, and how we go with engineering is gonna determine where we, how soon we can get into construction phase. But I am anticipating engineering work will probably take most of this summer with construction, for next summer.
So at this point, you don't have any answers on Water Street?
I do not at this point. Winter kind of put a hold on it.
Do we
I
have a
mean, we
budget
need-
for that?
And that was all part of, you know, why we would be looking to get some numbers, because, you know, the next question would be, where would the money come
Yeah.
from?
I don't believe in this last fiscal year we have a budget for that.
No, we do not.
So it would have to go into the upcoming budget meetings starting next month. So that would be very good, actually, to have some figures
Yes.
on the Water Street sidewalk. Yes, I am. Well, I can do it right now. I noticed that we did get into Downey's magazine in March issue, 2016, Lubec.
Yes. There was a while ago, we were asked to vote on Facebook or somewhere.
Places to live.
To vote for Lubec, we all did.
So this is very
Let's be sure
exciting.
about the quarterfinals.
Yeah, we got very close to it, but we're in Downey's magazine.
So there's a
Yeah.
wonderful little article about down east and east, the weather-beaten jut into the Atlantic that draws jack of all trade types. It's a great little article about Lubec, and we're hoping that people read it and come to us this summer.
It's lovely.
Community updates?
You wanna do public comment?
Oh,
Does Rita have
Ruth,
a
do you
public
have a
comment?
comment?
Well, actually, I thought I was gonna be on the agenda.
Oh,
No, for bike name.
I
So,
didn't think of
well,
that. We'll put you on the agenda, how's that?
it
We have
kind
time.
of goes along with, my discussion with John was, I'm not sure if we really are a town committee or something, but, Dan and John and I went to the orientation for Bike Maine, and I got the official book, so that now I am the town coordinator. And we are due to receive money from them, so that was my discussion with John about, you know, I'm not gonna have the money given to me.
Right.
So
Oh,
we
so
agreed
you-
that it would go to the town, the checks would be made out to the town.
Yeah.
Through the town, so then we have to appoint a committee, correct?
Yeah.
So, we need a
We're kind
bike,
of going around and round, but.
we need a
yeah,
Bike Maine town authorized committee,
So
of which
that
you
we
would be
can
appointed,
Actually receive
so
the
we can
money.
open up an account
legally.
just for that.
Okay.
So how about, can we do it now?
Um,
First, the town selectmen are allowed to create a committee when needed
Well, it's very ad hoc.
by,
Yeah,
it's just gonna be this 1 year, right?
Right.
Okay, so it's for this 1 year.
so Ruta would be probably you, Dan, myself. Any other members?
Well,
We could have the appointment papers for the next button meeting.
the thing is, I have to come up with town coordinators. There are 6 of them altogether, but the first most important one is the food coordinator. And Frank Terrio has kind of agreed. And Friday, Kim and Zach from Bike Maine are coming up to talk about the menu.
Day after tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay, so do you wanna shall we make an announcement that we're looking for food coordinator?
Well, no, Frank,
Frank is gonna be the food coordinator. Is
Yeah.
there
But certainly,
something else we're
even
looking
an
for?
announcement to put your name forward in regards to any
Interest.
assistance and interest
yes.
So
in
what,
helping.
is there a time for this meeting?
yes, we're gonna meet from 8:30 to 10
Here,
at the school,
at the school?
because they wanted to see where the food would
Okay.
be prepared
Okay, so where at the school?
in the cafeteria.
So, Ruta, who is spearheading the ad hoc committee for Bike Maine, of which John and Dan attended, is going to have a meeting between 8:30 and 10 at the cafeteria at the school. If you are interested in Friday,
Right.
Friday.
Friday, thank you very much, Rachel, which is, I'm in April, let me see what day Friday is.
26.
26.
Friday, the 26th of February, between 8:30 and 10, if you're interested in participating in Bike Maine, I'm sure Ruta would be thrilled to have you attend. And would you like to give out your number for this?
No.
No, your email,
Contact
your
the town
email.
office.
Contact town office.
Contact the town office. 733-2341 if you'd like to participate in that.
So this is just step number one, and really, as they pointed out, the food is the highest priority, because they need 15,000 calories per meal.
And it's not, we're not looking for
1,500?
volunteers, we're looking for people to prepare the food, because they are.
Well, no, we're working on that. I've already spoken with the American Legion, I've spoke LCOC, the Women's Club, several of the churches. I'm going to be speaking with the Lions Club and the Masons. I think that's pretty much the
That's it.
people in town.
But my
who
question
make-
was, they're not having to
And
put
Rachel.
money out.
No, no.
Bike Main is
Yeah.
paying for the
Yes.
food,
Bike
just
Main
preparing.
It's paying handsomely,
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
So
yeah.
this is just for the food preparation and distribution.
right.
Okay, so that's
So
lots
that's
of
step
time
number one. And
requesting.
Yeah, eventually we will be working on entertainment, safety and health, the organizing the village, which I'm hoping to involve Dan in. The village is gonna be in the field, in the school field.
The unpacking portion of that program that we had talked about
Eighth
has,
graders?
has been overwhelmingly yippee-yahoo-y, so they will do that.
Is
One-
it the
one
eighth
of-
grade doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
one of the activities that they offered that a group could make money from was helping,
Yeah, they take,
Take them out of
they take
the
a
truck.
trailer
yeah,
and they have all the tents and all the bikers' gear of clothing and all that, and it comes in this giant truck, probably around, I think they said about 10:30 on that morning, while the bikers are en route, and they needed volunteers to then take everything out of the truck and get everything set up on the field, of which they would pay $500 for. We spoke to the people in charge of the eighth grade as they work towards their monies towards their graduation, and asked if this would be a nice starter to have them come out that morning and do that, and they were over. So,
Very excited.
very excited
How
about
many
doing
kids are
that.
in the eighth grade this year?
Well, this would be for next year's eighth grade.
Oh, that's right, it's
Yeah,
September
9 and 10
15th. I
in
was gonna
September,
say, this
yeah.
is September 15th of this year,
Right.
so it's the next.
That's great.
So they're very excited about that. Yeah, I think I mentioned the last Selectmen's meeting, the organization of this Bike Main is to be emulated. I mean, oh my goodness, it's
Very
just,
well organized.
they
Very,
just got it
yeah.
down.
John Huff said they're very organized, and John thinks so.
Yes,
They must be
exactly.
super organized.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's a really fun, not only that, but for volunteering, it's because it's not some long process, because this group comes in and says, you have to have this by this, by this, by this. So there's not much thinking here, and then they come in, biking in on Thursday, spend the day, hopefully have a great time, we show off the town, and then they all leave Friday morning, so it's,
after having spent lots of money here,
that is the hope, yes.
yes.
And in key, and why Bike Main actually is really become popular throughout the state, is it's an opportunity for 400 people who may not come here to sit there and go, ooh, you know, we gotta come back here, because again, they're only gonna be here
That's
for,
it.
Right.
that's
You
the
get
big thing,
exposure
is,
here.
so it's for the towns to just sort of show off and hopefully entice some people to come back for future vacations and,
And we actually get 2 opportunities to work with them, because 2 days before they get to us, they will be in Eastport.
mhm.
They will be in Eastport for 2 days. Day number 2, they get their salmon meal.
Big sound, yeah.
The first day that they are in Eastport, they are on their own, they have to go eat in restaurants. And neither Eastport nor Lubec has 400 seats
Seating,
but together, we could feed most of them. And so we talked with Elaine Abbott, who's the town manager, city manager in Eastport, and she agreed that we have to find a way to let them know about the opportunity to eat here, and a way to get them over here, because
I'm gonna,
I spoke with the ferry's still not gonna be going, Victor said that they're going
That's
to,
not true, there's somebody that's gonna be.
somebody
working on-
else?
I believe it's not, yeah, there's somebody that's,
Okay.
I think, very interested in doing a ferry.
Oh, wonderful.
Planning on just talking with them.
Okay.
So,
Because
we'll
we
see if we
need
can have it go till
transportation.
September 15th. When is the Pirates
It's
Festival?
the week before that.
It's always the second weekend in September.
They said the Salmon Festival is the Sunday before,
Okay, so
The
it's
15th.
going to be the 10th and the 11th. They always do it the second week in September. The day, it's always the weekend after Labor Day, as far as it's always has been. So the 15th would be right after that. Whether the ferry will stay open, I believe there is going to be someone running the ferry.
well, we have to put it
Did
in.
you
our
only,
plan.
did you only talk to Victor? Is that the only person you spoke to?
And Pagels, Steve Pagels?
Oh, I don't
Yes,
think he's.
no, neither one of those
You know
people.
anybody else?
Pagels
Yes, there's
said
somebody that's going to be running the ferry, I
that
believe.
they plan to start the ferry as soon as the breakwater has been fixed.
Well,
Because there's no place for them.
Someone else.
But if you do go on Bike Main, you'll
No, I
also
believe
notice
it's
that
Yes.
the very classy bike shirt that the bikers are wearing has a very noticeable landmark on it displayed. So
Just, that
another
just
home run
happens
for
to be
us.
in
I
Lubec.
knew the ferry running for the marathon too, that weekend.
Yes,
So,
yes.
yeah, sure.
But
June
we, well,
15th
last
is
year we were without it, so.
June 15th is September 15th. Okay, I was,
So-
that was
so-
on my list of things to do.
As soon as you know about the ferry, let me know,
Mhm.
because, that's a biggie in our plans.
Mhm.
On top of which, we can put it on visitlubeckmaine.com, because
That's
people
right.
have been asking.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, we'll
because
see if
last
we can
year,
narrow that person down to dates and times,
yes,
and schedules and all.
good,
I'll let you know.
thank you.
Good.
So now we're official? mean,
I
really
think
belongs
we
to
should
town.
appoint, Ruda and Dan and John. We just need to get the paperwork
And
done.
Yes.
we'll have the paperwork for the next one.
Yes, so
Yeah.
we'll just, we consider yourself appointed without
Okay.
the paperwork for now.
Good.
Committee updates?
Committee update, Shellfish Committee, next meeting will be March 7th
Beautiful, beautiful night.
at 6 p.m. The Harbor Board, next meeting will be March 17th at 7 p.m. Marion Transfer, next meeting will be March 8th at 6 p.m. Washington County Emergency Medical Services, next meeting will be Monday, February 29th at 4:30. Revolving Loan Fund, next meeting will be March 3rd at 9 a.m. Next meeting, the Recycling Committee will be March 14th at 4 p.m. Next meeting for the Economic Development Committee will be March 2nd at 6 p.m. And Downtown Revitalization will be Tuesday, March 1st at 4 p.m.
What's March
Tuesday,
first?
March 1st,
What's March first?
Downtown Revitalization.
That's right.
Oh. So,
So Ruta is finished?
I just thought we might have some goodies that could keep the year out. Have these
We're,
little stuff
we're
here.
through with the goodies.
Okay.
do you want to have any other public comment?
One thing to add, excuse me, we started off the meeting discussing having a pledge of allegiance before the start of our
Oh, that's
selection meeting.
right.
Oh.
And I'd like to make a motion that henceforth that be initiated.
Second that?
Sure.
All in favor? So yes. Okay, perfect. I'll find the minute. Cool. So I motion to adjourn then?
Motion to adjourn?
Second? All in favor? Thank you for coming.